வணக்கம். அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சம் என்பதில்லையே. இச்சகத்தில் உள்ளோர் எல்லாம் எதிர்த்து நின்ற போதிலும் அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சம் என்பதில்லையே. These are words of the great poet Bharati. Every time I hear this, I am reminded of Comrade Sitaram Yechury. Because his poem says, we are fearless, there is no fear. Even if the whole world is against us, we are fearless, and we have no fear. That is how he lived his life, as a fearless person. He started his career as an activist, as a person who rebelled against anything he thought was wrong from his student days until the very last of his breath. He stood by those principles. He stood by the people who needed him. He stood by democracy. He stood by the unity of this country. And he also stood by the identity of every state, of every language, and all its people. He's a person who truly believed that unity was in the diversity. Comrade Sitaram Yechury and my father, Kalaignar Karunanidhi, shared a very beautiful relationship. For many, I think they met in the 90s. And every time, whether there was an alliance or not, when Sitaramji came to Tamil Nadu, he made it a point to meet my father. And he was so dear to Kalaignar that when we had the World Tamil Conference in Coimbatore, and when Sitaramji could not make it, I don't remember my father using the Chief Minister's aircraft or helicopter ever. But he said, I want Sitaram here for this conference because this conference means so much to me. So he flew him down to Coimbatore in the Chief Minister's private helicopter and ensured that Sitaramji was there to address the gathering there. And when the United Front government was being formed, he told Sitaramji one day, you are the cause because there was some confusions, and he told him that, you are the cause for everything. All the Galata, you are the cause of it. Because you speak to me in Tamil, you speak to Chandrababu Naidu in Telugu, you speak to, Mulayam Singh Yadav and Lalu Prasadji in Hindi, and you speak to Jyoti Basu in Bengali. So none of us know what you're telling the other person. So now it is your duty to sort out the whole thing and, bring everything to a good conclusion and solve this issue. I think Sitaramji's entire life was solving these issues also. He brought people together. He brought people, like even the India bloc. We all know that he believed this election, the recent election, was just not about winning an election. It was saving democracy. It was holding this country together. It was for the rights of every citizen in this country. He really believed that, and he ensured that we all stood together. If there was a misunderstanding, he was the first person to reach out, to resolve it, to bring people together. And he was such an enduring person, like he was such a tall leader. I remember when Supriya and I were in Rajya Sabha with him, he had this bag with him. And I think it really needs to be kept in some museum. It's an antique piece, and it could have come out in pieces also. It was that bad. So we used to keep teasing him that, the only gift he needs is this bag to be thrown away, and we have to buy him a new gift. So every time he used to get up and go, leave the parliament for his smoke, he used to be very worried whether we were going to throw his bag away. before he comes back. He never treated us as newcomers. He never treated us differently. He was always encouraging. He was always like, I know he's inspired thousands and lakhs of young minds in this country. He was a great inspiration to us, and wherever we were, we used to run to come and listen to him speaking. He is going to be missed, just not by the alliance partner, the Communist Party leaders, the young youth of this country. I am sure even the opposition parties, even the BJP members would be missing him, because he truly loved people, even when he stood completely against their principles, and he fought against what they stood for in their entire life. He reached out to them with affection. He did not hate one human being in this. He did not hate anybody. I think he did not know how to hate somebody, and I truly feel that he's left a very huge vacuum, because where he was, the place was full of laughter in spite of his strong ideology and principles. And he was a fighter throughout his life. But the place he was full of laughter, of wit, and that is a very big space to fill. And I remember that is the greatest thing I miss about my father. That, whatever it is, he filled the space with, wit and humor, and that is what kept all of us going. And I think Yechury ji will be missed a lot and for a very long time. And what he said when my father passed away, he said, we will fight for what he lived for and what he fought for till his last breath. I'd like to repeat the same thing for Yechury ji. We will stand by what he fought for. We will continue his fight, and we will stand by what he fought for till his last breath. Thank you.